All right, guys, Ask a Felon back with another one for you. Let's jump right into it. Hit that subscribe button while I'm thinking about it, please. What is something you wish people would have told you before you committed your first serious crime? I wish I would have known how serious the crime that I committed was. I thought it would just been a theft or something, but since I mentioned this in my last video, but since I broke into a garage that was connected to a house, they hit me with burglary. They was going to get me with a home invasion because the people was home. I did go into the house. On one of them, I went in. One of them, I didn't go in. The one I went in on was when the guy caught me and grabbed me, and they was home in the house. So they could have hit me with a Class A felony, home invasion, but I got hit with the Class B. But then I got hit with Class B, even for the one that I didn't go in the house. I just stole from the garage. So I wish I would have known how serious that, I wish I would have known what the law was then, because I would have never committed a crime like that. I can't say I would have never committed a crime like that because I don't know. I was all zannied out and drinking. So I probably would have still did it, to be honest with you. I was desperate to cover up some misdemeanor fees and I made some stupid choices. And before anybody out there comments like the last guy commented and said, you stole from people and you don't feel no remorse, you're a piece of shit. Yeah, then people like that, they must not watch my videos because there ain't never one time I've bragged about nothing on here or tried to glorify anything on here. You're just getting the real shit from me. So if you plan on saying that, eat a dick. What part of your old life do you miss but no, you can't go back to? Part of it, I miss the drugs. I really do. Like it. I don't know if it's the drugs or the adrenaline I get from doing the process it takes to get the drugs and then getting the drugs. Just like maybe it's just the life of criminals. I don't know. I don't know how to word it, but I miss having something to do all the time. When I was a drug addict, I always had something to do. I had a place to go, people to see, and I always was busy. Even though none of these people was my real friends, but I still had something to do. And I guess it was the adrenaline that I liked because I liked a little bit of drama in my life. I didn't like the gossiping type shit, but if there was a fight happening or there was some shit going on like that, yeah, I'm on in on it. But I'm not one for drama, gossiping, shit like that. But if something's going down, I want to be a part of it. I don't know. I still got that in the back of my head. I still think like that. I wish somebody would fucking start some shit so I can unleash some anger and you know what I mean? I think it's just the part that stays with you as a criminal. The druggy life where you miss having the groups of people around, always going to meet new people, finding new ways to do drugs, and I don't know. I think that's just always going to be there. I fight the urges all the time. There's lots of times I want to go get high. Lots of times. There's just days I wake up and I feel like, man, what the fuck? What am I doing? I ain't got no purpose. I had a purpose when I was married and had kids. Now I'm divorced and single. I ain't got no purpose. Like, what is my purpose in life? I sit and I wonder that all the time. What is my purpose? I knew when I had a purpose, I never felt like I do now. When I had a purpose, I always felt normal, felt like I know what I'm doing. I know what my goal in life is. Now I'm single, divorced, no kids. It's like, what do I do? What am I supposed to do with my time? Work and then what? Like, I don't know. What was the hardest part about trying to become a completely different person after prison? Trying to get other people to understand that you became a completely different person. That's the hardest part. Trying to convince other people that you've changed. I don't try to convince nobody. I try to show them. Okay, well, if you don't trust me, then you don't trust me. That's fine. I get it. I don't blame you. You don't trust me. But if you do trust me, then let me have that opportunity to show you that you can let your guard down. You ain't got to be. I'm not on Xanax, so you ain't got to worry about what I'm about to try to pull on you or what I'm going to do. So that's the hardest part about trying to become a different person is trying to make the other people forget the person you was, because to them, they didn't go through the life-changing experience of prison. Prison is a life-changing experience, especially when you're in there for as long as I was. Now, again, I say if you go to prison for 6 months or something, I don't think it'll probably change you that much. But when you spend years in prison and you're facing a 20-year sentence if you fuck up in there, it's a life-changing experience. Prison alone is a life-changing experience. So getting other people to understand that you went through this life-changing experience and you're not the same person, that's the hardest part of becoming a better person. Do you think people can become addicted to the lifestyle of crime even after they stop using drugs? Yeah, that's kind of just what I just commented about. It's still that part of the crime lifestyle, I guess. Some kind of some kind of excitement is what it is for me. It's the excitement, the adrenaline rush of something going down, something about to pop off, something, I don't know. I can't really explain it too good, but there's something in the back of my mind where I still like that criminal lifestyle without the part of having to worry about once I get caught. To where I look at it and like, okay, if I get in a fight or I get in some shit, it's most likely going to be a misdemeanor. No matter what I get into, it's most likely going to be a misdemeanor charge. It's not that big of a deal. I'll get some probation. I can complete probation. And I shouldn't be thinking like that. That's a criminal way of thinking. I should be thinking I'm not going to do it, period, because it's against the law. But there's always that spot in the back of my head. I'm thinking if I did do it, it's just a battery. If I did do it, it's just a little misdemeanor fleeing from police. If I did do it, it's just this. So I guess that part always sticks with you. I don't know. Maybe there's some other people out here who can leave it in the comment section. Does it stick with you? Do you still think like that? What's the difference between being afraid of prison and being afraid of the person prison turns you into? Because when you're afraid of prison, it's the unknown. That's what it was for me. It was just the unknown. I was afraid of the unknown because I didn't know nothing about prison except for what I seen in movies. So the difference between being afraid of prison and being afraid of who the person's going to turn prison's going to turn you into. Prison turned me into a better person. Actually, I had to be different in there though. Not that I changed who I was. I just changed how I carried myself, and I took it more serious. Because out here on the streets, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I joke around, goof off, make people laugh, all kinds of bullshit. I'm usually the life of the room wherever I'm at. I'm the one entertaining people. But the thing is, when you're in prison, you can't be like that because people will take that for weakness real quick. If you're in there trying to be goofy and joke around and shit like that, yeah, they ain't gonna have it. I never tested it. I did do it. I joke around and goof off with my bunkies and shit. The ones I liked. And that, like they said, I had one cry because he was leaving. He's like, I feel like shit, man, because I get to go home and you're still stuck here, and you don't know if your case is going to be 20 years, if you're going to be out when you complete the program. Because I had a mistake on my paperwork where they had me down as doing my full 20-year sentence when I was really only supposed to do 9 months of a program. Well, I've been in there for 2 years at the time, and he was like, man, I feel bad. I'm leaving. I'm getting home, and you're stuck in here, and you don't even know what's happening with your shit. So I had some good bunkies that I joked and goofed off. I let my guard down around because we was cool. But for the general population, no. It was carry yourself like you got a mission, and you're here for a purpose. That's what I was. Because if it wasn't for me getting in there if I would have just gave up as soon as they said, oh, well, the judge forgot to check this box. If I would have just gave up then, I would have been a wild one in there. I'll tell you that right now. I probably would have joined an affiliation, and I probably would have been going in there getting crazy and shit. But I had that little bit of hope that, okay, it's just a check mark on a box. So am I going to be able to get the judge to fix the issue, or am I going to be just sit down and give up? So instead, I enrolled in GED. Got my GED. That took like 6 months for me to get. So that was 6 months time cut. I'm thinking I can add that to my motion when I go to file for a modification. Then I did some Mothers Against Meth or something like that. I put that. It ain't nothing big, but it looks good on paper. You know what I mean? When you're filing for that motion for the modification, I got my GED. I did Mothers Against Meth. I'm working in the laundry room. By the way, I completed a therapeutic program. So that's what I had. My purpose was. If you had been given everything you wanted when you were younger, do you think you would have still ended up committing crimes? Probably, yeah. I don't know, because that's kind of vague. Like, what do you mean if you've been ended up given everything you wanted when you was younger? As far as money-wise, or as far as affection and love and just being allowed to do whatever? No, because I was raised where there's consequences for your actions. Believe me when I tell you that. My stepdad did not play around. There was always consequences for your actions. He would love to get that paddle out and light our ass up. So I always had the consequences for my actions. So if I would have been given breaks and I didn't have fear as a kid, if I'm going to get my ass whooped, I'm going to get grounded, I might get slapped in the face. Hell, who knows what he's going to do today. So I always had consequences. I always knew there's consequences for your actions. So if I'd been given everything I wanted as a kid, it might have made me worse, honestly. Like I said, we didn't have a lot. We was pretty much just bare minimum scraping by every week with barely, not even enough to fulfill everything we needed. I see my mom's had to borrow, sell food stamps, shit like that, try to get some money. I mean, we was pretty low and poor. So if I had been given everything I ever wanted, I probably wouldn't appreciate a lot of shit that I do in life now. I wouldn't have been the man that I turned into. So I always say I would never take back the way I was raised, even down to my stepdad being verbally abusive and physically abusive. I wouldn't change none of that because it made me the man who I am. And that made me be a better father to my kids when I finally got the chance to take on kids, to where the only thing my stepdad taught me was how not to be a dad. So I always compared it, like when I'm getting ready to do something to my kids, punish them. All right, I remember when my stepdad did it this way. I'm not going to do it to them like that because then they're going to grow up not liking me. I had a perfect balance between discipline and fun dad. So there was no balance there between me and my stepdad's discipline. It was just strictly discipline. That's all he did. It was never hang out with him, do some fishing and the good times like a dad should be close to him. It was never ever like that. It was just all he was there was the punisher. So if I'd been given everything I wanted when I was younger, I probably would turn out to be a spoiled, ungrateful brat, to be honest. So with that being said, guys, please hit that comment, subscribe, share, subscribe. Till next one, see ya.